Alright, so I'm back again. As I said, I was going to do all the members individually. So I'm going to start with Onew. These cards are pre-drawn, as I did in the last video. So I started off with my archetype deck to tap into the energy, figure out who they are a little bit better. So here's the cards I got from Onew. Lover, Damsel, Priest, Beggar, Mother, Poet. So he's definitely someone who's more passionate and devoted. He's definitely romantic, because the damsel is understanding the nature of healthy romance, inspires you to rely on yourself. So he knows the difference between a healthy and a not healthy relationship. You have the priest, which facilitates spiritual commitment, serves as a channel of spiritual energy. As I said in the first group video, he has abilities. Whether he likes them or not, he has them, and it's part of who he is. We have the beggar, conforms to empowerment at the level of physical survival, wakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion, and self-esteem. So not only is he pretty confident and humble himself and compassionate, he can also invoke this in others. We have the mother, nurturing patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth. Obviously not literal in this sense, but I see him taking on more of a leadership role in the group. He's definitely patient with them, tries to get them to grow. If I'm correct, he's also the oldest, so that makes total sense. Lastly, we have the poet, which is expressing the soul in symbolic language. That's pretty common, I would say. So I'm going to go into what I got a little bit intuitively. I kept seeing water with him, like the color blue, the sea. But I knew he was a fire sign, so I looked up his natal chart. And it's actually dominated more by water elements than fire. So that's an interesting little fact. Water elements tend to make people more emotional. I always see water elements as there's like two sides to them. It's either smooth sailing, smooth waters, or it's like you are on it's like a storm. Otherwise, it's like the water's all choppy and it's like impossible to sail through. I think that definitely consumes his mental state and energy in general. It's powerful. Alright, so let's see, is this the right cards? Yes. So let's go into what he needs to currently focus on. Alright, so for this we have, let me fix this cord, it's irritating me. So we have the Animal Guardian, Sun, Oracle, and Snake. So Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. Sun, enjoy success and happiness. Oracle, wait for important information. And Snake, shed old skin. Alright, so I'm actually going to start with the Snake first. I'm going to look at my notes here because alright, so shed his old skin is quite literally, he's become a new person. He's not the same person. And he's worried that the fans are going to react poorly to this new him. He definitely went through a spiritual awakening, which I've already said before in the group reading. And he is just literally not the same person he was before Jung Hung's death. Jung Hung is the trigger to the spiritual awakening. Otherwise, he could have gone most of his life without triggering it. Not exactly sure why this is, but it is. Now, for this Oracle, I was getting some interesting stuff here. Right now, he's worried the comeback won't be successful. He sees all these new groups And he just isn't sure that they can keep up with them and can actually rise above them. He thinks they're going to get lost in the crowd. However, he's not seeing the whole picture with this yet. He's kind of jumping the gun on this feeling. This is just him inside his head, basically. Because he's going to get some new information within the next couple months that's going to change his views on this. I think once they actually make their comeback, he's going to be like... he's going to see things a little differently. So yeah. I think right now he worries too much and he doesn't really enjoy how well they have it right now. Like, not like how well he has it, like more like how well they've done so far. Maybe it could be a little bit of the grief yet. Might make it hard to see the positive things. So yeah, this card comes up a lot with him. Given instincts, this relates to his abilities. He doesn't trust them. Like, when he sees things or just knows things, he's just like, this is just all in my head. I'm just making this up. If I ignore it, it's going to go away. But in reality, they're not going anywhere. They're going to be there no matter what he does. And eventually he's going to have to learn to accept them. And I think he will. It's just going to take a while. And right now, there is someone around him he should not be trusting. And his abilities are warning him about this person. But he's ignoring it. And if he keeps ignoring it, it's going to put him in not a good situation. So I'm hoping that he's going to come and see that he needs to start trusting his abilities. So what is his current mental state? So these are the cards I got. We have the Hermit, Retreat and Recharge, Star Ancestor, Follow your voice of your soul. Follow the voice of your soul. Sorry, did that come out right? The Animal Guardian, Trust Your Instincts. As I said, this card has become quite popular with him. So the Hermit, he still needs time to regain his balance before the comeback. He's not quite ready to come back. But he will. He's going to get there. We have the Star Ancestor. So right now he's doing things that he enjoys that speak to his soul, per se. It's helping him regain that balance that he's been missing. And it's what he's meant to be doing. Music is what he's meant to do. Animal Guardian, again, the abilities are causing some mental distress. It's just, again, logic versus his spirituality. Like, he wants to look at things logically, but in reality, he can't. There's just no way around it. So yeah, let's get into his 12-year forecast. Or no, not 12-year, 12-month. 12 years, oh god, I would never finish it. Oh gosh. Sorry, I thought the camera was gonna fall. Alright, guys. Almost done. Alright, so let's get this started. Let's start with January here. January, chill month, happy month. Not a whole much going on. And that was the Four of Wands. February, we have the Eight of Cups. And there's a bit of stagnation, can't really move forward, kind of just stuck there. I don't think he could go anywhere with his career in music during this month. He was just like, there's nothing to do. And maybe I think there could have been a minor health issue, nothing major. Maybe a cold, something small like that. March, we have the Two of Pentacles. And so during this month, he was he had a good life balance, and there was positive changes going on in his life. I'm not sure what they could have been doing during that month, but it made him a little more settled, I guess. We have the Father of Cups. This is going into April. He was doing a lot to support his community. But there were some insecurities that were rearing their head, making things kind of stressing him out a little bit. So I forgot what month we're on. May. We have the Four of Cups. Looking at this card, it's also a little bit symbolic because you have the rat, which is typically associated with money. So obviously this card's going to be money related. He is a little consumed in money factors. He's worried about money, and I think he's even limiting himself based on money factors. I don't think there's anything really wrong with it. There's nothing that needs to be done about that. That's just the state he's in. So the June, we have, what card is this? Nine of Wands. And yeah, so I'm seeing they're nearing success. I think the comeback is coming soon. Possibly this could indicate we get some more information about the comeback in June. Maybe some interviews based on the second reading. I am going to be recording today. At least I think that's what's going on. I'm going to have to redraw those cards, though. So we have August. No. That's June, July. We have the Emperor. There's a parental figure. I believe this is a manager that is protecting him and giving him stability. I'm not sure what he's protecting him from, but I think there's, I don't know. Maybe it has to do with the interviews that happened in June. I'm not sure. I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. Now, August, this is a tough month. It's not a pleasant time for him. He's struggling mentally. I think there's some anxiety, insomnia, nightmares. He's going to need the support of the others to get through it. But he will get through it. You guys don't need to worry about that. Just part of life sometimes. September, we have, this card's generally not a good card because it's just the Five of Cups, typically not positive, but it's reversed, so that's good news. So the comeback, I think, is going to happen in September. It's going to be successful, and there's going to be a lot of surprises for him in September. I think he's going to be impressed on how well their comeback goes. He's going to be impressed on how the other members are doing with everything. So yeah, September's definitely the comeback. It keeps coming up around September. I think later September. This makes sense because I believe Minho gets done with his service in mid-September. So I'm thinking maybe late September going into October. We'll see a comeback. And the reason I say this is we keep getting the Dawn of Pentacles around October for multiple members. I do readings off the side, and they're pretty consistent with them, which is interesting. We have the Dawn of Pentacles. This is in reverse, so despite being in the spotlight, I think he becomes a bit withdrawn. I'm thinking mostly from the group. I don't think he really enjoys being in the spotlight. I think it stresses him out a little bit during this time, but he will get over it and things will be fine. November, there's a little bit of we have Temperance in reverse, so there's a bit of a setback in his healing process. He's thinking a lot about Jung-hung during this time, and it puts him back a couple of months on his healing. Now, what I'm getting on this is I think during this time his abilities are going to progress to the point where he's first going to make contact with Jung Hong. And when he first does this, it's going to upset him. It's going to not make him very happy to know. But I think this is just a little bit of him not quite understanding how the spiritual world works. It's a little confusing in general, because he just thinks that Jung Hong's trapped here when he's not. He can go and please. He can go wherever he wants, whenever he pleases. He just doesn't. So, I think there's going to be a bit of talking back and forth to him that I think will help eventually. He's just going to be in a state of shock, I guess, with the whole thing. Now, December we have, I think this is the 9 of Pentacles, right? 7 Pentacles in reverse. So typically this card is not recognizing your success, but he does. So it's in reverse, he is recognizing it both in his career and healing wise. He accepts this minor setback he had, and it's like, whatever, this happens, it's okay. Now, I also think December he's finally coming in terms with his abilities. I'm going to go based on the other reading that I'm not sure I'm going to have the cards shown, because I don't really want to redraw them, I don't think. So, I think during this time, he might come forward to the group with his abilities, and I think he's going to allow them to communicate with Jung Hong. Like, I think by December time, he's going to have a good hold of them, and they're going to be able to have a conversation with him, and it's going to help everyone else with their healing process. So overall, he has a pretty good year. I mean, there's obviously going to be some difficulties, and that's typically just how life is for everyone. And Onew is going to be a little bit shocked by the fact Jung Hong is still there supporting them and is always with them. Like, he always felt that in his heart, but actually seeing it is totally different experience. And it is going to upset him a little bit, but he's going to recover from this and be like, okay, this is just how things are. It's not that big of a deal. I think he'll come to understand, like, the spiritual aspects of things a little bit better, and it won't freak him out as much. Yeah, by the end of the year, he's going to have a good hold of these abilities and be more comfortable with them. So, yeah, that's basically what's going on with him. Did want to mention, I am trying to get through these members fairly quickly because I don't like digging into their energy. It can be both taxing for me and them. So I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible so I can just leave them alone. And, I mean, because when I tapped into his energy, he was aware of what I was doing. And he wasn't completely comfortable with it, but he warmed up to the idea. I just think he's not necessarily completely comfortable with spiritual things quite yet. He likes to see him more of like a science-based mindset. So we're going to move on to the next person. So you guys are probably going to see these videos both on Monday. I'm going to try to release videos Monday and Friday. It's not usually going to be 2 videos both days. I'm going to slow down. But as I said, I'm just trying to get through the SHINee group in general. Yeah, so Monday is going to be Onew and Tae-min. And then, oh gosh, I'm forgetting names. And then Minho and Ki are going to be on Friday. I might draw their cards today. We'll see. I might maybe record drawing the cards. Won't be me talking, but just so you guys can see I'm actually drawing these cards. I'm not just making these up. Alright, so I'm going to end this video here so I can record the next video. Alright. And